Yeah, good morning, everyone. So again, we are seeing more of a range-bound market internationally, specifically USA. Since last 15 days, the market is remained range-bound. Uh, but what we see that the events are now near, so may see some directional changes in those markets. Specifically, US has a lot of results in this week, and that can influence the market. And also next week there is a Fed meeting, which can also have some influence on the market. So after a long sideway movement in last 15 days, we may see some direction coming in the coming period. Uh, Apart from that, Asian markets are mostly down. Most of the markets are in negative. And apart from that, if we see the commodities are oil has shown some bounce back from yesterday and up by around $1 from the same time price of last yesterday. Then iron ore again down by 0.5% after yesterday's sharp decline, and steel is also down by around 0.5%. So the decline in the commodity prices, specifically steel, is continuing. On the other hand, international sugar yesterday has increased sharply by around 4%, though Indian prices remain stable uh, eh, at around 36.50 in uh, in North market. So, but what we see that the impact of short supply or lower production in the current year will have some impact on the prices in the coming period also. Even at these prices, though this current quarter result may be declining year on year, but Q1 quarter result will definitely be showing some improvement even if these prices are sustained. What we expect that there is a possibility of further increase of 1 2 rupees in the sugar prices in the coming period, as well as the closing inventory post production and consumption will be lower than the last year at around somewhere around 5 million ton. So outlook on sugar company continue to remain positive. So overall, what we see that we had seen some good bounce back yesterday in Indian market, and that can hold up in today's trade as well. Now, I'll request technical team to take up from here.
Thank you, sir. Very good morning, all of you. As sir just said, we have seen a good bounce back in Indian markets in yesterday's session. We have seen a strong bounce back in the second half with Nifty, where Nifty has taken its important support from its 200-day moving average, which was around 17,600, and we feel Nifty can move higher and that is 100-day moving average, which is the immediate resistance for Nifty, which will be around 17,840. Once 17,840 levels are broken, then 17,930 to 18,000 levels will be tested. Whereas if we see a resistance from its 100 DMA, then the immediate support for Nifty is placed at 17,670, followed by 17,600. Moving on to Bank Nifty, we have seen a very strong rally in Bank Nifty. All the PSU bank stocks were have shown a good momentum in yesterday's session, and it is likely to continue in today's session also. So Bank Nifty's immediate resistance for today is placed at 42,900. Once it is broken on closing basis, then 43,180 to 43,500 levels can be seen in this week. Whereas if we witness a profit booking, then the immediate support for Bank Nifty is placed at 42,400 to 42,120. Moving on to Nifty Financial Services, it has given a strong closure above 19,000 levels, and we feel that it can reach higher up to 19,070 to 19,140 in the coming sessions. Whereas the support levels for this index are placed at 18,880, followed by 18,760. Moving on to stock specific, we feel Glenmark is looking good at current levels. It has shown a good flag pattern breakout in yesterday's trading session. We have already recommended a buy call on this stock. It can reach up to a target of 540 by keeping a strict stop loss of 504. So that's all from my side. I request Nirav to take the call forward. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Ayush. On the derivative front, looking at the overall open interest, the open interest at this point of time is flat. PCR is still at comfortable levels, even though it has gone above 1. The VIX continues to remain around that 12 level, so that is also flat and positive. Now, I believe Nifty has broken above that 17,700 odd levels, which was also holding the highest call base from the last few trading sessions. Now, a lot of liquidation has happened at the 17,700 call strike, and 18,000 call strike has seen lot of open interest built up. So people have liquidated their positions at 17,700 strike and gone above and shorted or wrote the 18,000 call strike. So that is a positive for the markets. Now the range looks like for Nifty is around 18,000 on the upside, and the 17,700 put strike has also added a lot of open interest. So that now becomes a good support area. Um, so for now, the bullish trend should continue looking at the overall data. From the short-term stock-specific front, banking, as I said, continues to do well. Even yesterday, some of the banks did very well, especially PSUs. We believe they should continue their overall trend further. PSUs as well as private banks should do well. Those who are having results might consolidate, but the others like ICICI Bank, HDFC Bank should do well. From the other stocks, PSU stocks have started to gain momentum. So, especially the likes of ONGC, Coal India, SAIL, NMDC, these stocks should do well going forward. So look out for the same. We can probably witness a good 5-7% upside from current levels in these stocks. So that's it from my side. I'd like to ask the fundamental team to take over, please.
Good morning. Poonawalla FinCorp ratings has been upgraded by CRISIL from BB stable to AAA. So this is positive as the cost of funds will reduce further for Poonawalla, and so that will benefit it to cater to better quality customers. Bank of Maharashtra result has improved, led by strong loan growth of 11% quarter on quarter and 34% year on year. Credit cost, however, was at a 5-quarter high of 2.2%. But on the other hand, slippage ratio declined from 1.5 to 1.2%. And ROA was stable at 1.3% for second consecutive quarter. Stock is trading at 1.2 times price to book, which seems fairly valued for a PSU bank. However, because of two back-to-back good results, we are positive on the stock. IIFL Securities result has improved surprisingly. Revenue increased 17.5% sequentially compared to Angel's 14% and flattish growth for ICICI Securities. EBITDA and PAT increased by 31% and 34% sequentially. Stock is trading cheap at almost 7 times trailing EPS. Although from long-term perspective, we are skeptical on the company, and we will have to see if this performance is one-off or sustainable in future. But from near-term perspective, we are positive and stock can outperform based on good results. IndusInd Bank result is marginally below expectation as slippage ratio was stagnant at 2.2% quarter on quarter, whereas for all other large banks, we have seen a steep decline in slippage ratio. And also gross NPA for MFI segment increased. However, management has said that the pain in MFI has peaked out, and from June quarter onwards, even slippages should come down to 1.7% levels. Bank has unveiled their FY23 to 26 roadmap, whereby they intend to grow loan book between 18 to 23% CAGR, have net interest margin in range of 4.25 to 4.35%. Credit cost they are expecting in the range of 1.1 to 1.3%, and ROA of between 1.9 to 2.2%. They are already at 1.9% ROA, so that should be achievable. From near-term perspective, we think one should wait and watch if the management delivers on asset quality in quarter one. But from long-term perspective, stock seems poised to do well. And lastly, Tamil Nadu Mercantile Bank result has improved because of improvement in asset quality. Due to lower other income, the profit before provisioning was flattish quarter on quarter and declined year on year. Credit cost remained low at 60 basis points. ROA seems sustainable and stable at around 1.9% levels. Slippage ratio was also stable at 0.7. A restructured book came down from 2.3 to 1.8%. Even SMA book has come down from 8.5% to 6.5%. Stock is trading at a one-time price to book, which looks attractive. However, one has to keep in mind that they are facing some issue with RBI, where almost 35% of the shares are held by RBI in an escrow account due to dispute going on between promoters and RBI. And there is fear that once RBI allows the promoters to sell their stake in the open markets, then there could be pressure on the stock price. And for that reason, stock is underperforming. Even in last 6 months, when entire banking pack was performing well, this stock was underperforming. So when RBI comes out with this decision, nobody knows. It may take few quarters or even a few years. So best to ignore the stock for now. Thank you.
Good morning. Persistent Systems has posted broadly in line with expectation set of numbers for the quarter, with dollar revenue coming in at 274.6 million versus expectation of 273 million. Even EBITDA margins came in line at 18.5% versus expectation of 18.7%. Stock is trading at a PE of 28.5 times FY24 EPS. Infosys signs deals with Aramco to enhance its HR platform. The financial details of the deal were not revealed. This is positive for Infosys. Curry selects for LTI Mindtree as its core digital transformation partner for a period of 5 years. The deal size is not known. This is also positive for LTI Mindtree. Thank you.
Yeah, good morning. NMDC Steel has started its operation of coke oven battery 2 at its Naganar integrated steel plant. Earlier in October last year, the company had commissioned its first coke oven battery. The combined capacity of the coke ovens is around 1.6 million ton, which will supply met coke to the blast furnace and sinter plant. So this is neutral for NMDC Steel. Thank you.
Good morning. Mankind Pharma Limited has the IPO which is opening today. The price band is fixed at rupees 1026 and 1080. Our view is neutral, and we believe it is the positive over the long term. The company is an Indian manufacturer of pharmaceuticals and consumer healthcare products, which is incorporated in 1991. It caters to segments such as acute and chronic therapies, where it manufactures wide range of pharmaceutical formulations. In terms of domestic sales, it is India's third largest player by volume, and it is one of the proxy player in domestic market with 97% of revenue contribution, which is purely based on its organic growth. So in terms of revenue share, acute therapy contributes 66.21% of revenue in terms of last previous 12 months sales, and the chronic therapies contributes 33.79%. The IPO is planning to raise 4,326 crore, where the company will not receive any money from the public issue, and all the funds will be going to the selling shareholders, where the offer for sale is around 4 crore of equity shares, which includes 1 crore of promoters and 3 crore equity shares of other investors. Others, it aims to achieve the listing benefits. It has a substantial share in rural areas with 47% of overall domestic sales compared to 36% of Indian pharma market, where it aims to enhance its visibility in metro cities from its contribution of 53% at current levels. this is lower than the 64% share of Indian pharmaceutical industry. It has delivered the growth of 17% CAGR in last 3 years in metro cities. Company's operating margins stood at 22.3% for 9-month FY23 compared to its historical performance of 25% to 26%. Company's performance has been weakened for FY23. However, we expect the company to deliver strong growth over the long term. It is expected to put the efforts on domestic business growth with more focus on R&D and lower realizations for its products. We believe this is fairly valued at 30 P valuation to FY22 EPS and recommend neutral for this issue with a positive outlook over the long term. Thank you.
Yeah, apart from this, now results for day after tomorrow. We have ACC likely reporting numbers on that day. Volume is expected to increase by around 3.5% year on year, and EBITDA per ton is also likely to improve by around 250 rupees quarter on quarter. Though still it will remain short of last year, but there is a substantial improvement which will be visible because of the increase in the volume specifically. Apart from that, the overall result is likely to show improvement. Then Hindustan Unilever is likely to report number. Here the volume growth expected it around 5%. Margins are likely to remain more of a stable year on year and quarter on quarter both. And revenue and EBITDA is likely to increase by around 10%. So more of a okay set of numbers from HUL. Then Trends Limited is likely to report numbers, and the numbers are likely to show substantial improvement. Though last year March quarter was lower base, and on the lower base, company will be increasing its revenue by around 64%, and also EBITDA by around 61%, as EBITDA margin are likely to remain stable. If we consider 4-year CAGR number for the trend, that is before COVID and now, the revenue is showing CAGR of around 30%, which is substantially higher than the market and other players. So overall result is likely to show improvement. Then Glenmark Life Science is likely to report number. Here the revenue is likely to increase by around 7% year on year, but there is some marginal increase in margins from 27.7% last year to 28.1%, and also last quarter there was a decline in margin at around 27%. So around 120 basis point increase will be there in the margin. So result is likely to show some improvement in this quarter. Indian Hotel is likely to report number, and results are likely to show improvement. Though quarter on quarter it will show some decline because of Q3 is seasonally very strong quarter, and quarter on quarter there will be some decline, but in year on year there will be a substantial improvement in this. So overall result will be improving. Laurus Lab is likely to report number. Here the numbers are expected to show some decline. Margin is likely to come off from last quarter of 26.1 to 24.5%, and also from the last year also it is likely to decline. The Laurus Lab is likely to show declining numbers. When Welspun India is likely to report numbers, here the numbers are likely to show improvement after 4-5 quarters of consistent lower results. The margin is likely to show improvement from 10.4% to 13%, and also revenue is likely to show around 4% quarter on quarter growth. But though year on year there will be some decline in the margin, but the decline in the sales, but margin is likely to show improvement both quarter on quarter and year on year. So the result is likely to show improvement. Then a lot of IT companies are likely to report numbers. First, we have Wipro. Wipro is likely to report number. Here, the numbers are likely to be more of a okay, with dollar CC revenue growth of negative 0.2%, and margins are likely to remain stable. But Wipro will be announcing buyback in this quarter, which can drive this stock. And Tech Mahindra is likely to report number. Here again, quarter on quarter revenue is likely to decline by around 0.6%, and margins are likely to show some improvement around 30-40 basis points. So result is more of a declining number for Tech Mahindra as well. LTI might be likely to report number. Here the numbers are likely to show some a revenue growth of around 2.4% in dollar terms, and CC term it will be somewhere at around 4%. And margins are also likely to show quarter-on-quarter improvement, but year-on-year it will be still very low. Last year, company reported 30% margin, which is likely to be around 16% in this quarter. So, post-merger, some one-off expenses which were provided is continuing in this quarter as well. So, result will be showing some decline in trend. When Coforge is likely to report number, the numbers are likely to show improvement. Dollar revenue growth of around 4.7%, indicating CC revenue could be around 6% as well. And margin is also likely to show improvement to 19.4% versus 17.5% in the last quarter. So Coforge numbers are likely to be improving. Then Axis Bank numbers are also expected on that, and in that specifically, company will be accounting for Citibank acquisitions of retail business. So here the company will be providing for the uh, goodwill in this quarter. So as such, the expectation is that the bank may report losses because of that. But if we see the core performance, revenue is likely to increase by 5.8%. Uh, Net interest income is likely to increase by 5.8%, which will show some positive sign, but PVP is likely to remain more of a flattish quarter on quarter or increase by 1.5%. So result is likely to be more of a okay set of number for Axis Bank. So that's all from us. Now I'll request the commodity team to take up from here.
Yes, sir. Thank you very much. Good morning, everyone. So in today's session, we might see some pullback in precious metals. Gold, one can witness prices testing 60,250 to the resistance zone of 60,500. Again, 60,500 seems to be a strict, strong resistance area. So, for trading purpose, one can sell over there. Else, one can also initiate a buy around 59,900 to 850 levels and maintain a stop loss of 59,700. So, could be trading in a range from 60,500 to 59,800. But all in all, one can trade both ways. Silver also, we feel 74, 750 to 800. One can initiate a buy and maintain a stop loss of 74, 300. And on upside, the resistance area is 75, 600 to 700. Again, whereby profit taking is expected from these levels. So for trading purpose, one can also sell with a strict stop loss of 76, 300. And crude oil, yesterday we have seen stronger recovery after the correction. So buying momentum could continue, and one can initiate a buy around 64.40 to 64.30 and maintain a stop loss of 63.70. On upper side, 65.20 to 65.70 is the level where we are looking for profit taking. Natural gas had witnessed strong buying momentum, or rather short covering. So this momentum can continue, and so prices are supportive at 200 to 195 levels, and one can buy on dips with a stop loss of 190. On upside, there is a strong resistance of 218 to 210, 18 to 20. So whereby again profit taking is advisable, and one should wait for a while. If prices are sustaining and closing about 220, then we might see further price rallying towards 235 to 40 levels. In copper, there could be some bounce back, but however, prices are weak. So any bounce around 762, one can sell and maintain a stop loss of 767. On downside, 755.52 is the level the target where we are looking for. Zinc prices have been hammered from 244 to 238 odd levels. So prices are supportive at 236, and for a pullback one can buy around 236 and maintain a stop loss of 234. However, upside 244, 242 to 244 will be capped. So profit taking will be witnessed from these levels. Yeah, thank you very much. I will ask Utkarsh to take over from here.
Thank you, sir. Very good morning, all of you. In USD INR, for the trading purposes, one can create short position if the market breaks the levels of 81.80 levels and sustaining below that. So we can see further downside for the target of 61.60 and 61.50 with a stop loss of 82.06 levels. In GBP INR, for the trading purpose, one can initiate long position around 102.15 to 102.10 levels with a stop loss of 101.78 for the target of 102.45 and 102.60 levels. In Euro INR, one can initiate short position around 90.60 levels, or in the range of 90.50 or 90.60 levels with a stop loss of 90.71 levels for the target of 90.60 and 90.25 levels. Thank you.